All right. Yeah. See what this mate's got to say. Yeah, someone who witnessed the shooting. It better not be a couple of words. He says, yeah, it's crazy, and then it goes back to the studio. But yeah, let's go.
It is the BBC, our partners out of the UK, who were reporting earlier today and spoke with a witness who says that he saw the gunman on a roof minutes before the shots were fired. And I want to play that sound for you now.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%.
That was an eyewitness there on the ground, his account being shared with our partners at the BBC, that being amplified, that exact message being amplified around the world, that at the very high-profile political event in Pennsylvania today, an event that Donald Trump himself tried to draw attention to, saying he had big news to announce, that an individual there saw a man with a rifle go into position. He told the BBC he tried to bring that to the attention of law enforcement on the ground. He referred to them as police, not exactly sure whether he meant local police or Secret Service, but he said there was a failure to act as he saw a clear threat, at least in his view.
But then he did say, I was just standing there like, it's like, yeah, maybe like make more. But then I suppose you got to think that's a crazy position to be in for him. That something like truly like what is going to be the biggest news story definitely of the day, and probably for a while this is going to be the biggest news story. But well, to be fair, it depends how Trump handles it, but you're kind of seeing it, and he's probably in his head thinking, is this actually for real? Like, and then yeah, you start shouting. I could imagine that that was just local police. And how was he able to see him on the roof unless it was just like a, do you know what I mean, like a house roof that's pointed? But how are you going to see, like, if it's a, unless he's up? But then if he's up high and can see, obviously the police can't see what he's saying. He's just someone shouting. And do you know what I mean? I suppose it's probably not, I don't know, yeah. But it does show you that even something like this, like, it ultimately is people at the bottom of it. And to be honest, when to actually saying that, there was quite a few shots that went off before they actually jumped on Trump too. Granted, once they kind of knew what was going on, they was on him, but it did take him a while. Yeah, craziness. Yeah, well, don't get nothing like this in England or the UK. We just had an election. No one even cares, really. To be honest, I know no one talk about it. We don't have things like this. Maybe if a few more politicians got shot in our politics, people would take more interest. But yeah, yeah, madness. And just think of being, like I say, being in that matey in that moment. You're the only person in the world at this point knows the massive story that's about to happen, And especially if at that point you're thinking, what if he does? If he'd have killed him, I mean, that would have just been literally like huge, and you're watching it kind of unfold. To be fair, it's lucky it was a Trump supporter that saw him. Yeah, craziness, craziness. But yeah, that's the reactions. We